So I've got Melvyn with me all the way from Malta. Tottenham have just beaten West Ham 2-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Melvyn, how are you feeling?
It's well deserved. I'm happy. Our first victory in a very long time. And if I have my stats correct, Jose Mourinho, match for match, when you compare to Pochettino's last season, he's overtaken him by 1 point when you compare fixture by fixture. So it's not so bad. I'm very happy with the result. Good team performance overall. The only negatives I can see is maybe if we played a better quality opposition, maybe we would have conceded. But I'm happy with a clean sheet. I predicted 3-0. We got 2-0. We were close, but
it should have been 3.
It should have been 3. Yes, it should have been.
It was a fantastic finish by Sonny, wasn't it? It was very, very unlucky not for that goal to stand.
What can you do? That's VAR these days. It's not even inches; it's millimeters now.
Yeah. Well, of course, the break came through the own goal. Giovanni Lo Celso, fantastic cross from the corner, went in off the defender for us to go 1-0 up. But Harry Kane's finish. From Heung-min Son putting him through. What a finish, and it's great to see him back on the score sheet, isn't it?
Not only scoring, but I'm happy till the last minute he was still sprinting. He still had the energy. So when I saw him play at the United game, like I was worried because in my mind I was thinking, are we going to get Harry Kane back? Are we going to get, prime 2017 Harry back? And it's what we all want. We all want him to be sharp. And in the first half, he was, missing a few passes. He seemed off a little bit. But this goal, you saw what it meant to him. You saw. I'm not only happy for my team. I'm also happy for Harry Kane as a person. For the guy who's done so much for us, and he's Tottenham's in his heart. I just loved how he just. The relief just poured out of him. You could see it at the ground. I was very happy for him, and probably it was my favorite moment of the game when I just saw him laying on the ground and just breathing real heavily. It's a great moment.
The thing is, though, Melvyn, with Tottenham being winless in 7 before tonight, really these games were going on, and we were thinking, well, when are we going to get our next win? West Ham were very poor against Wolves at the weekend. So it was a great opportunity for us to put 3 points on the board today, wasn't it?
Yeah, it also builds a bit of confidence. You could see in the beginning, the first half, we weren't flowing. Maybe I think as West Ham got a bit tired and I think players started to get into that rhythm of we didn't know where to run. The timing was off. Lo Celso, I felt if he influenced the game a bit further up the pitch, that's when we really started to shine. When he was playing a bit deeper, we were really struggling to find that pass. But as the game progressed, it's looking positive. It's looking positive, but it took a while for like that. Let's say, remember the Pochettino era where passes were like flowing everywhere. People knew where to run when the ball was coming, where it was going. It took a while for the team to gel, and this game against West Ham was very important, and I'm very happy.
Do you know, I must say, I'm very pleased with the performance, and I'm very pleased with our attacking play because Tottenham created a lot of chances tonight. And, on another day, we could have scored a lot more, couldn't we?
Yeah, but I just worry about maybe against stronger opposition, what will happen. Because West Ham...
Come on, Melvyn. Let's see the positives.
Oh, I know. But that's my only worry. I'm happy we got this game over with and we have the win under our belt and we... Yeah. Accumulate, minutes for Lo Celso. Lo Celso played the entire match, which I'm happy about.
Yeah.
Lamela was positive when he came in. I'm happy that Bergwijn and Lucas, we have 2 perfect players for one position. I'm very happy about that. Sissoko played the second match where he's doing his job. Dyer and Sanchez played very well. I'm happy about lots of things, and I think this West Ham game was perfect build up for the Sheffield game.
Yeah. Well, that's in 9 days' time. Of course, Jose Mourinho can now work with the players at the training ground again. But one thing I wanted to talk about is how great it is now that we have attacking players on the bench to bring on. You mentioned Eric Lamela and then Steven Bergwijn come on as well. It just gives us that bit more attacking threat, doesn't it? When players of the opposition are going a little bit tired, to bring in players like Lamela and Bergwijn, it is just fantastic, isn't it?
You can't help feel if they were available for the United match, maybe we would have won. I think because of the extra substitutes and lack of fitness, all of a sudden having quality players on the bench will make a huge difference. I think even against teams, for example, less quality teams who don't have that quality on the bench, once their players get tired, you just simply put a Bergwijn on and just tell them to run at defenders. It will change games.
Melvyn, after today's result, obviously getting the 3 points, we've got 7 games left now in the Premier League. Realistically, having seen the Manchester United game and now the West Ham game tonight, realistically, where do you think that Tottenham will finish at the end of this season? Will we get a Champions League place? Can we go that far? Can we get a Europa League place? Where do you see it ending?
It's funny because I was doing the math today and I was looking at the opposition's game. Look, Chelsea's defense isn't the best. They concede goals and they have quite difficult fixtures. It's not impossible, but in my mind, I don't care. I just want the team to improve. I want to see performances like today. I want to see clean sheets. I want to build on these remaining games for next season. Even if we don't make Champions League, which, don't get me wrong, is very important for the club. But as long as there's something positive to build on for next season, Jose will probably tell them, listen, this is how many points we got out of these 9 games. Let's attack the league. Let's go for the cups. Jose knows that if you take the games where we had so many missing players, we have a pretty good point tally. If you take out that couple of draws and couple of the defeat to Wolves and the draw to Burnley, it's not a bad season. We lost lots of points under Poch in the early stage. So Champions League, yes, we can make Champions League. It's not impossible. I think 4th is very difficult. I think 5th is the only possibility, and our main threat is Manchester United, who let's see what they do in their second game. If they
more than them, but Manchester United and Wolves, we are now only 1 point away from 5th place.
Yeah. If United slip up, suddenly the pressure will be on, and United are not as convincing as they used to be, and I think they lost a bit of momentum which they gathered, and the break wouldn't have suited them. But we'll see. We'll take it game by game. All we have to do is just keep winning and keep applying the pressure. If we keep winning, United, let's see if they have a fairly young squad. Let's see if they can handle the pressure. That's all we can do at this point. Just take care of our own results. If United drop enough points for us to qualify, that would be amazing. But if they don't, they don't.
Melvyn, overall, the Manchester United game and tonight's game, a draw and a win, both at home. How would you describe the performances? Are you happy as a Tottenham fan? Are you happy with what you've seen?
We've conceded only a penalty versus West Ham, who last season we lost at home, and versus United, who we lost also at home. So these 2 games, we accumulated 4 points, which last season we didn't.
Yeah.
So you have to be happy with that. You have to be. You have to be.
Sheffield United, the next game away.
Yeah.
Will win that one?
I think so. I think we can. I think the players will start to believe in Mourinho's system, and they'll get hopefully more on board. I'd like to see. I don't know if you're going to mention this, but Ndombele hasn't featured again. But
yeah, I know. Yeah,
it's worrying until I see him on the pitch. I'd like to see him play, but you can't fault his tactics and his reasoning. If we had a cup competition on the side, he would probably start him. But I will probably see Ndombele in that run of games where we have 3 or 4 games in like a week.
Do you know what I'm really surprised about? Even if it was like 5-10 minutes to go, even if it was a couple of minutes to go, just to bring him on, just to give him a couple of minutes. I'm very, very surprised, particularly, we haven't got a game now for 9 days. Why don't you bring a player like Ndombele on? I don't know what the problem is there. Do you?
No. Only. I'm sure he'll get asked this question by the media. I'm sure, and I'll be very curious to see what he says. Either he'll play it off and say, "Oh, we won. My tactics worked," but I don't know what he'll say. And it's a shame because Ndombele is a very good player, and I really hate to go into the path where we either lose him because we didn't give him a chance, or him falling out with the manager and not finding out his real potential.
Melvyn, tonight, defensively, we were a lot better though, weren't we? But, when you go back 3 months before, the COVID-19 crisis, we were very, very poor defensively, shipping goals left, right and centre. But defensively tonight, I thought we looked pretty decent.
I'm smiling because Eric Dyer is one of my favourite players. He is. And we finally found a place for him where we can say, because he's experimented with right back, he's experimented with central midfielder, defensive midfielder, and centre back. And I think centre back has to be his position. And he's still young. He's a young guy. He could possibly be a big leader in our team. And I see a big future for him. I would love for him to cement his place and be there next season. And I'm very happy with Eric Dyer. I'm so happy that he's in the team because he also can score a goal as well from a corner kick, a free kick, whatever. But I'm very happy with Eric Dyer, and Mourinho has that connection with him where he speaks Portuguese. So and also he wanted to buy Eric Dyer.
Yeah, a number of times.
Yeah, so I think it's the match. The connection between manager and player was already there before Mourinho even came to the club.
Right, Melvyn, thank you very much for talking to me, and I'm glad that Spurs won. Your prediction was nearly right again. I'll tell you, next time I'm going to put a bet on, I'm coming to you first. Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments section below, whether you agree or disagree with Melvyn's comments. Melvyn, thank you very much. Come on, you Spurs.